sex appeal? Not everybody has it, and everybody wants it. Studies actually show that sex appeal goes hand in hand with finding a mate, keeping a mate, and getting promoted, getting a job, getting free coffee at Starbucks. Basically, sex appeal can bring you a long way in life in mostly very helpful ways, if you ask me. So being sexy is not just about being attractive. I know plenty of people that are very beautiful or very handsome, and yet they can't seem to have anything go right in their life in terms of finding a love interest or finding a job. Just things aren't going their way. And on the flip side, I know a lot of people who maybe are less attractive, but are so magnetic and so fun that they're never single or they're already married, and people are always wanting to surround themselves around them because of their amazing energy. So what's the secret, you ask? Well, in order to have sex appeal, a huge part of that, or really all of that, is having confidence, because you can't be sexy without being confident. In today's video, I'm going to give you my top tips on how this confidence ties into many different ways in your life that can bring you that sex appeal that we all want and need. As I said, the number one tip to having sex appeal is being confident. And confidence, you either have it or you don't, and you need to fake it until you make it. So basically an example of this is in the perfume ads. You see a beautiful woman coming down a staircase in a gown with her hair out and looking very confident as that was my confident face, looking very confident as she enters the room. And then maybe there's the Fabio type, the man version with the hair blowing in the breeze, and he's standing there looking all strong, ready to rescue her. This silly example is basically showing they're both very confident in what they want and they command a room. So if you don't know how to do this, look up to somebody that you do think is really confident and sexy and cool and see what they're doing and try to emulate them. The more you practice at this, the more it can become you. My number 2 tip is posture. A huge part of this, coming into the room, down the staircase, is having amazing posture. So there's a few things that go along with this. One is you're keeping your head up and pretending there's a string pulling you from the center of your head to the ceiling. It helps elongate your stride and make your presence greater. Part of this also is your shoulders. You want to roll them up and back, open chest. It also helps to have your heart open in this particular position if you are looking for love. Also along with this is keeping your arms relaxed at your sides. You don't want to cross them. It actually blocks your energy, blocks your heart if you are looking for love, and it actually promotes having your shoulders down and the head down. So you want to have everything open, the head up, the shoulders. I can't speak today. You want to have everything open to the world. Also, when you are standing, you want to distribute your weight evenly on both of your feet. A lot of us get into the tendency of like leaning one hip to one side or leaning this way. And again, it can kind of make you more closed off. So the more that you recognize this and level out your weight, it helps with all of the above tips. My last tip on the posture part is to lock your bandhas. What are bandhas, you say? If you haven't taken any yoga classes, I highly recommend taking a few or looking up what they are to get in habit of locking these lower abdominal muscles, which are referred to as bandhas. And when those are locked in place and tighter, it does help you to hold in your core, the shoulders, the head. Everything falls into place because they all stem from your bandhas. Tip number 3 is to have good eye contact, but not too much where you're creepy. I'm sure we've all been on a date or met somebody that talks like this, and they start telling you a story, and they're literally not looking at you. And it's not confident if someone can't look you in the eyes. So make sure you're making good eye contact where you're talking. You maybe look away, and then you look back, and you're that's engaging. But again, don't be creepy and constantly staring, because that's not sexy. So find the right balance of how your eye contact is. And if you're not sure, ask a good friend, and they'll tell you. Tip number 4 is to smile. When we get nervous in surroundings that we're not comfortable in, sometimes we lock up and our resting face can be very bitchy or angry or sad, and we don't even realize what we're projecting doesn't come across as confident and sexy. So try to get in the habit. You go somewhere and then think, oh, wait a second, I'm not smiling. Throw on a smile, look around, make eye contact. It makes everything much easier. Tip number 5 is to have a life. What do you like to do aside from work and family and friends? What do you do? If one day, let's say you won the lottery and money didn't matter, how would you spend your time? That's a good example. Maybe you love learning languages and have always wanted to learn Korean, or maybe you always wanted to travel to Italy and you've just never done it, or maybe you love to sing and you really want to work on that interest. Basically, tap into your inner creativeness and pursue that. Understanding what it is that you like to do and what you're good at really helps you to better understand yourself and know what you do and don't like. And that also translates into the bedroom and what you do and don't like, which is why it comes across as sexy when you know who you are. And it also helps with conversation that you have something to say, as opposed to saying, I got up, I ate breakfast, I went to work, I watched TV, and you have nothing more. So if you really don't know yet, try to figure out and experiment and try new things to see what you like. Because once you know who you are, you can better project yourself and be more confident and sexy. Tip number 6 is to have a look that makes you feel good. Make sure the fabric on your clothes isn't scratchy where you feel uncomfortable. So you just want to feel good in your own clothes. I don't mean that you have to be in head to toe lycra and something skin tight, but I also don't want you to be in a garbage bag. Find clothes that are flattering to your body type, exactly how you are now. I know some people don't want to buy clothes if they're not confident in how their body looks, and they say, oh, I want to get back to my college weight. But maybe college was 10 years ago, and how you are is how you are. So maybe buy some new clothes, find something that makes you feel really confident in how you look today. My number 7 tip is body awareness and movement. Make sure you're comfortable moving. So you might want to take some classes in yoga or dancing or martial arts. Those are just some examples that help you be aware of moving everything from your hands to your feet to your hips so that you do feel more comfortable being you and moving and walking and whatever it is you're doing in your everyday life. Tip number 8. I can't hold up the 3 fingers. Tip number 8 is to feel sexy from within, meaning we are what we eat. So if you eat pizza and then you feel really tired and sluggish and bloated, I mean, pizza tastes delicious, but maybe it's not something you want to eat regularly because then you can't project the confident, sexy being that you are hiding underneath. So find foods or recognize what you eat and see how you feel with different meals and try to be more aware of that. Maybe keep a food diary for a week and just see which foods make you feel the best and eat more of those so that you actually have the energy to project that sexy person. I hope this video has made it really clear that confidence and sex appeal go hand in hand. If you don't feel and look your best, it's harder to be confident. So I hope these tips really help you find your inner confident, sexy self so that you can project the person you always wanted to be. Bye.